Good afternoon, everyone. I know it doesn't feel very good today, does it? A lot of stuff going on. A lot of FUD. Holy FUD. Holy FUD. Oh my goodness. All right. Now, what I want to do today is give you guys some hope and tell you kind of what's been going on with chart analysis so that you can understand what we're kind of seeing right now. Everyone is a little bit nervous. Everyone feels like, oh my God, the sky's falling. And everyone, I mean, everyone new to crypto. People that have not been in through a real crash, like the last time when it went from 1,000 to 180. This is not the worst one yet. This is only about 65, 70%. We may see it get down to 5,000. I told you guys in my last video that don't buy now. The dip is not over. It's been 24 hours and it's a false signal. Was I wrong? Absolutely not. I wasn't wrong because I'm using chart analysis to give me the key and the signals and looking at volume and RSI and MACD. And also I work with other people that do the same thing. So it's not just me. I'm not the only person. It's few people actually coming together and all saying the same thing. And even if you follow guys that are big name traders that you pay a lot of money every month just so that you can trade with them. Even they say the same thing that I'm also seeing. So it's just a matter of time, guys. You need to realize that all this stuff needs time to recover. And I'm going to show you a couple things that I'm going to share. I'm going to share with you guys a few things so that you can kind of see what we're likely going to see on our end. Okay. And man, I know you guys are stressed out. I know everyone is kind of freaking out a little bit on the inside, like, when is this going to stop? How are we going to survive? Is crypto over? Is it dead? Don't believe the FUD, people. Don't believe the FUD, all right? Because if you do, you're going to get sucked into that trap. And you're going to be one of those people that are always like, sitting there going, like, what happened to me? Don't sell. Okay. The worst thing you can do when a market is down is sell. The stock market just lost 1,100 points on the Dow index. Guess what? We have big, huge, traders in the stock market. You know what they're telling everyone? You'd be an idiot to sell after it going down that many points. Well, there's no difference in crypto. All it means is crypto is a lot faster. So if we had a dot-com bubble crash right now and you're invested in good projects, I do believe this is going to shake out some of the bad projects that are out there, the ones that aren't really good tech. So this is probably a good thing for crypto, that some of these coins are going to maybe die out because they're going to run out of funding. And it's also good for crypto because it kind of puts things back in perspective of where they should be. I mean, Bitcoin should not have been 20K that fast. We were hoping for 10K this year. And when I saw it to 20, I almost wanted to sell my Bitcoin. Then I didn't. That was a mistake now in retrospect. But in the long term, I'm going to hold that Bitcoin and it will go up. So you got to realize that if you're okay with going up 75% in a day, or going up 100% in a day, you also have to be okay when the market doesn't do as well and you go down 40% in a day. We've only been gone down 60% over the course of a month, which in the stock market would equivalent about to 4.5 months. So we're not that bad, okay? Even the dot-com bubble, it started to recover after about a year and a half. And if it does last that long in crypto, we have a couple months till everything's back to normal because it's 4.5 times longer, right? So I would say that you don't need to freak out and you don't need to stress about much stuff, okay? You just got to realize this is what's happening, accept that, things are going to not be great and that's okay. And then after you've accepted all that and kind of go, okay, it's happening, just chill and let things slowly recover because they will, okay? They will definitely recover. Now, if you're not someone who can handle this, still don't get out. It's too late. If you've lost a lot of money and you sell now, and you watch it in 6 months, you're going to regret big time that you didn't just hold. Okay. This is just my opinion, of course, right? But this is what I'm doing too. So I'd be losing just as much as anyone else if they do what I'm going to do. Okay. So keep that in mind. It's really important to know that. So the FUD, oh my goodness, the FUD, right? We got the FUD from China. We got the FUD from Korea. There's a new thing that one of the exchanges closed down because they had problems with their KYC. That probably also drove us down a little bit. We got Chinese New Year coming up, which isn't FUD. It's a fact of the matter. We got the stock market starting to crash as well. We have a lot of different things happening and a lot of factors going into it. Now, the credit card thing, I'm all for that. That's good for everyone. That's good for government. That's good for banks. That's good for Visa. That's good for you guys, because no one can then take advantage of the system, as I said in another video that I made. No one can then bankrupt themselves, put all their money in crypto and say they have no money, and then basically screw over the government, which actually just screws over the citizens in the government, So that sucks for a lot of people. So they're trying to avoid that type of situation, and I completely agree with it. It makes sense. Buy crypto with money you have, not with money you don't, because we know, and you can see this now, it's speculative, right? Like right now, there's some of the projects haven't even come out yet with their products. So it's a lot of speculation. And if you've done good research, you know that some of the projects are out and they're doing okay. They'll do fine over time. But these roadmaps are just getting started, so things were a little bit overvalued. That's okay. Am I down a crap load of money? Sure. Am I stressing? Absolutely not. We said this is the accumulation phase, meaning you want to get as many coins as you can without actually caring about the price, because if you really do your research, you don't need to worry about the price right now. What you need to worry about is the future. Think 5 years ahead of time and you'll be fine. Crypto is not going anywhere. People are going to use the blockchain. They're going to be the Amazons and the Facebooks of the crypto, right? So you got to realize that it's just a short-lived thing. These things are going to work themselves out. If you held Amazon after the 2008 crash, it was worth pennies, and then it was worth thousands. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind later. Okay, so that's basically the FUD. Okay, the FUD is going to murk all the people that we have weak hands are now going to shit themselves, because it's literally the market cap. I'm just going to check right now. I'm really curious to see what is the market cap today right now. Okay, well, Bitcoin, things are lighting up green a little bit, which is promising, but don't be fooled by false signals. What the market cap will do is tell me absolutely everything I need to know. So we're at 283 billion. And everyone's losing their mind, I'm sure. But I want to tell you one thing real quick right now. 283 billion is still 100 billion more than November of last year. 100 billion. So if you're freaking out, you shouldn't be. You're just freaking out because you bought in late because you were greedy and you had FOMO and you wanted to get in before it went parabolic. And it did go parabolic. And now it obviously needs to correct. So this is good, because if it was a bubble, it'd just keep going, right? And then it would pop. This isn't a bubble because it's not just keep going up and up and up. It stopped, it popped, it didn't pop, it corrected. And now we'll just wait for these big wigs who probably had something to do with this correction to buy their Bitcoin cheap. There's lots and lots of companies right now, including Oracle and some big hotel chains that I even know of personally, that are working on getting millions and millions, if not billions of dollars of crypto. It's just a matter of time. If you're patient in any market and you have staying power, meaning you don't need the money, you can use it. You can leave it in for 10 years and not even think about it, and it won't affect your lifestyle, then you're okay. If you needed that money, and you need it badly to live, shit, you got to take it out and live, okay? You can't make your kids not have food or anything like that. You need to take care of yours first. But I would say whatever you're okay with, and if you have invested properly with risk capital, leave that risk capital in there and you'll be fine, because you just have to wait for the market to come. Whatever goes down goes up. Cryptocurrency is not going anywhere, and blockchain is not going anywhere. If you believe that it is going anywhere, by all means, sell me all your coins. Seriously, not even joking right now. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Things are starting to move. I've been seeing a little bit of action in the market today a couple times. They might be pump and dumps. They may not. I've just been looking and I see some green along with the red, which is nice. I see this coin called ECN, which has been just killing it. It went from like $4 today up to $20. Insane growth. 336% in this market. If you got in on that one, good on you guys. So we see there are some coins growing. I see some green, but I don't really believe in that yet. I don't believe that these are actual real signals or anything to even get excited about because the market cap is telling us the opposite. So you need to do one thing, especially in this situation. You need to relax and do nothing. Freaking chill. Seriously. Don't even look at the stock market. Don't even look at any market because they're all down. Just go enjoy life. Spend some time with your family. Cryptosomniacs, right? Like we all stay up all night, all day looking at crypto, and it's taking away from our time with our kids and our families and stuff. Now is the time when things are down, you hodl and you do all the things that you haven't probably been doing and you should probably have been doing, including myself, right? So, you know, made it a priority to spend some more time with my wife, all those other things, because when I'm so busy, it's easy to not do that stuff. So just keep that in mind because I think it's important that we know this, that we know that we're going to be fine, that we know a lot of different things that are happening. So I'm just looking for something that, something from one of my conversations, a chronological analysis to show you what the chart will look like. And so then you guys can get a good example of what and where we think. Now, again, it's a thought based off of analysis. It could be wrong, but usually analysis is pretty bang on. I would say it's right very often, very often, okay? So don't worry too much yet. If you had to worry, I would tell you I'm getting out. Then you might want to worry a little bit. Because if I'm getting out, that's not a good thing at all, okay? So here's what we're looking. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to find this chart so I can share it with you guys and you can see what I talk about when or what I mean when I say chronological analysis, right? It's good to know that that chronological analysis is out there and it actually helps us know probably when things are going to go back. And I'm still with Cliff High. This guy's been through every crazy dip that there's been in crypto. He has called almost every single one of them. All right. So knowing that he's called so many of these things that have happened in the past, don't you think that, you know, it's going to be okay? I'm very bullish that everything's going to be fine. And I'm also the type of trader that also told myself that if it's not fine, then I lose my money. Everyone knew when they got into this cryptocurrency market that they could lose it all. If you didn't know that, well, now you do. You definitely do now, okay? This is why we tell you not to invest with credit card. This is why we tell you not to invest money you don't have or put yourself in debt, okay? All right, so I have one of my charts open, but I can't seem to find my chronological analysis, and it's going to drive me a little bit on the crazy side because I want to show all of you guys what that looks like so I can ease a little bit of your minds because I know so many of you guys are freaking out. And you know what? I have friends that I told to get in, and now they're freaking out too. But here's the thing. If Bitcoin hits 5,000, 4,800, we're thinking, that will probably be good. Okay, it would be good if it does that. So I just got a Bitcoin analysis from my group, and it is showing that price is in the reversal zone and setup is valid. Hold off for a sign of reversal. Still extremely bearish right now. So we see the triangles are in a reversal mode, and it should happen, and we should see a bounce at around 4,800 or 5,400. Those are the two areas we're going to look for. So, yeah, I know you guys are like, oh my goodness gracious, this is not good. And, you know, I understand that feeling because, yeah, everyone probably feels a little bit like that, especially days like today. But here's the thing. What can we do about it? Not much, right? So we just have to kind of move on forward and hope that, you know, everything is going to work out well for all of us. And I'm sure that it will, okay? You have to believe in the projects you did research in, and you also have to believe in the market and the revolution of cryptocurrency. If you don't believe in it, eesh, okay? Anyways, I seem to not be able to find my chronological analysis chart, which is frustrating because I really wanted to show you guys so you can understand what it means. If I can find it, I will. If I can't, no big deal. I'm not at home. I'm at school, as you can see. So I don't have all my information right in front of my face at this moment, unfortunately. So what I am going to do, while I can, is this. I'm share my screen. And let's take a look at some things that I think are quite important. So here we can see a Bitcoin chart. All right. And this is the analysis that we've seen. We see that Bitcoin is around 6,800 now. So it's following the trend that we expected. The first trend it might hit would be 5,600, 54, 5,600. And that, or sorry, no, 51.2, so 5,120. And it's very possible it breaks that line. It's going to go all the way down to $4,617, and even lower possibly than that. I don't believe if it hits this line, it goes any lower. I really don't believe that. I just think that no one wants it to be that cheap. Oh, there's a picture of this handsome guy over here. All right, so that's what that looks like. And it is a little bit of a scary situation for many of you. I don't blame you if you feel that way. Let me see if I can find anything else. All this teacher stuff. Where's my chronological analysis? Ah, there it is. Boom. Perfect. All right. This is chronological analysis, guys. So what you can see is we're bottoming out probably somewhere around middle of February, and we're going to start to see the climb around the third week of February. This is where the chronological analysis comes in, right? We also see that the whole market cap will probably start coming up around, likely around March. We're going to see that swing up again. So it's just a matter of time, right? This is the 31st of January. We're right here and right here. And so we're going to see a little bit more of a dip, and then we're going to see it come back up and dip again around April, May, and then come back up. Likely. This is not guaranteed, but this is what we're starting to see. So you can see that this is $12,275.80 right here. This is Bitcoin. We're expecting that it could drop all the way down to about this dip moment, which will be it's going to be quite low, but we're probably going to see movement very soon, okay? And that's what I want you guys to know is we're going to see movement soon, and you just have to hold 3 more weeks. That's it, okay? 3 more weeks, we're going to know that the market is recovered. If the market doesn't recover in the next 3 months, we might be at the doomsday scenario, but I just don't believe that's going to happen. Bitcoin does this every single year. People say Bitcoin's done, RIP Bitcoin, blah, blah, but it wasn't on a mass scale before. Now it's on a mass scale. Everyone knows about Bitcoin. So everyone's freaking out. Oh my God, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. The guy who mortgaged his house for 5 Bitcoin at $19,000 probably is shitting himself right now. But if he waits 1 year, he'll get his money back at very least, and maybe even more. Cliff High, again, $40,000 Bitcoin this year, $10,000 Litecoin. He is still bullish on that. Why is he bullish? Look at the charts from last year. Look at how much market cap grew from October 1st to December 31st. And when you see that, then you're going to go, oh, I get it. All right. So when you see a chart go from $100 billion in October just 120 or 130 billion in the start of October, maybe not even that, to 800 billion in December. What did you expect to happen? A $700 billion growth has to have corrections. So it's corrected now down to a little bit more than half. I expect it to be about half before it bumps back up. So 250 billion, 225 billion, around there. Then we're going to see a boing, and it's going to go back up because institutions are then going to go, ooh, we got Bitcoin cheaper, and they're going to buy it all up. And when the institutions buy it all up, because all of us have sold it, all the regular people have sold it off. I haven't sold it, but the regular people, everyday workers, are going to sell theirs off. They're going to go and they're going to buy it super cheap. And when we talk about Bitcoin being $1 million, this is where we're talking about. When the institutions get in there, buy 800,000 Bitcoin at one time, buy 50,000 Bitcoin at one time, the deals that I'm working on, right? So when we have people buying 50,000 to 100,000 Bitcoin at a time, do you really believe that it's going to stay low when they put their money where their mouth is? Hell no. It's going to go way up, okay? I want you guys to relax. That's all I got to tell you. Right now, I know you're freaking out. My Delta app has never been read ever. Never once have I ever lost. And right now I'm in a loss. The first time ever. And you know what? I'm happy. I'm fine. I'm investing more money. The second we get to that bottom where I see it started slowly climbing back up, when we get to that bottom area, right now I'm stagger buying. I'm buying a little bit of everything I like, keeping extra money on the side. And as it keeps going down, I buy a little bit more of everything I like, keep money on the side, buy a little bit more of everything I like. And then when I know when it hits the bottom, it's going to start coming back up. I'll buy the rest of whatever I have when it starts to come a little bit up. And then I'll just chill. That's it. So that's my strategy. It works. Stagger buying, stagger selling works. It works really well. So you can do that in anything you buy, right? The one thing that I'll do different next time is I'll take more of my profits so that now I could have used that profit to buy more coins. It would have made me better off long run, but I'm more of a hodler myself and I don't like moving it around because it's stressful. Everyone feels like that. So even when I trade in a way that I don't actually have to watch it and don't worry about prices going up and down. I just leave it, set it and forget it, and it works really well. And I make 15% or something like that, 10% to trade, which is good for me. I'm happy with that. Okay, that's all I have to say today. So the FUD, don't believe in all the crap. A lot of the stuff from India, a lot of the stuff from China, it's just them trying to regulate it. They're going to regulate it. And when it's regulated, it'll be regulated. What are we going to do? Nothing. There's nothing we can do. Governments have a lot of power. We can't take the power of the government. We can take away the power from the banks, right? So that's the thing. The government doesn't care if we use crypto, but they care if we're using it on credit. So don't buy crypto on credit. Buy crypto with money you actually have, and the banks are not going to stop you at all. They don't care how you use your actual money. They care how you use the loaned money from them. That's the problem that they have, okay? So that's all I really want to tell you guys. The FUD is there. The FUD is creating a lot of the downward momentum. But that downward momentum can only go so low before it bounces off a resistance that people are okay with and they start to buy, right? People have buy orders. They're going to buy stuff like Bitcoin, like Ether. Right now is a great time to do that kind of stuff, like Litecoin, like NEO. NEO is $150. It's $70 right now. You can go and get it right now, buy a bunch, and I'm sure once the market recovers, it's going to be $100 right away. It's guaranteed almost because the market has to recover. If it doesn't recover, the crypto is done, and that's not going to happen. Okay, if you really believe that that's going to happen, just go home, sell some of your coins, and just forget it. But you see the stock market too. Do you really think that once crypto starts moving really quickly, and the people that have pulled some of their profit out of the stock market, do you think they're not going to put some of that money into crypto? They're going to. It's a small market. There's a lot of growth potential. Stock market's $70 trillion, $65 trillion. You know, $1 trillion isn't even that much money for them. It's a lot, but it's not that much money for them, and they go down that much. It's not a crash, right? With us, we lose $1 trillion. Well, there is no crypto at all. They're all gone. So that should tell you how early you are in the game if you're in it. And if you're not in it, a great time to tell people to get into it is right now when it's low and it's going down, and you'll be met with resistance, but people that understand markets will understand the spirals that it goes through, right? It's a wave. So right now we're at this point of the wave where we're kind of in panic mode, that panic and despair and depression. And then we're going to hit this point in February, end of February, where people start to slowly think it's going to do well, and hope starts to come back. And then we get to that next level. When we get to that next level from like that hope to actually seeing market movements, then people start to get FOMO. We're almost there. We're almost back to that bounce, boom, FOMO. Everything goes like that all the way up. And now this time, here is the biggest key. This time when that happens, Robinhood will be open with 1 million new users. Bittrex is now opening up with all new users. Binance is opening up with all new users. And the thing is, when you register now, people aren't going to trade. So they're going to have all their stuff ready to go. And then when everything happens, FOMO happens. So do you think it's going to be slow when it goes back up? It is going to be crazy. It's going to go like parabolic like before, but even more, because everyone's going to see that, and they're already going to be set up. They're not going to have to wait 3 weeks to get their Coinbase set up account, because it's already going to be set up, because they probably did that before the crash, and then they didn't invest their money. Keep all of those little pieces in mind so that you don't freak out. Keep in mind that I am working on a deal for the hotel group that wants 50,000 Bitcoin. That's 350 million now. That was $2 billion before. You got to relax and realize that. You got companies like Oracle, one of the biggest companies in the world, Fortune 500 companies, wanting to buy Bitcoin in masses, okay? So do you really believe that it's not going to go up again? You got to be crazy. Institutions, governments, and banks want crypto to go down. They want people to sell at loss. They want to laugh at them and say crypto failed. They want the FUD. Okay, why do they want it? Because everything went up so fast that they don't even feel like they can afford it. They don't want to spend the money on it. Whereas now if you're a business owner, you're like, all right, I gotta buy like 100,000 Bitcoin. I got a $10 million or $10 billion business. I'm gonna buy 100,000 Bitcoin, or I'm gonna buy 10,000 Bitcoin. They're doing that. There's actually people doing it, right? So that's why I have so much hope. Not only that, I believe in blockchain. It's going to revolutionize our world. It is the revolution. Cryptocurrency is a revolutionary thing that we're trying to do. And it's going to work. Just like no one really used email that much at the start, people are going to start using it every day. Same as blockchain. It will become part of our everyday life. When I want to get a visa, I won't have to go and do all the documents all over again. They will already be authenticated on a network like CopyTrack, for example, ICO. They might have all my documents for any visa, any country, right on the blockchain, and any country can go and log in the blockchain and see all my authenticated documents. So a kid from Penn State made a really good example as well. He said, you know, if you live in Laos and you did all your education in Laos, and you're fully educated in your area, in your field, and then Laos has a crazy government shutdown, you leave the country, you flee, like there's something that happens, okay? Then you go to another country and they go, we don't know if you didn't have time to go grab your degrees. The country's in turmoil. You can't talk to a university to send anything. So guess what happens? You now have everything on the blockchain. You go to anywhere you go, they see your degrees, they see all your stuff. And then they can actually say, okay, you are educated, you do know what you're doing. And that's it. So that's the kind of stuff that's happening with the blockchain, making ledgers for bankers and making using the blockchain as a ledger for all different types of things, putting on making internet faster, making internet more accessible to people that don't have internet, right? Giving people an opportunity to have a bank in countries that don't have currencies worth anything, like in Zimbabwe, right? These are the functional things that are going to change the world. It's about that. It's not about getting rich and Lambos and Ferraris and all that bull crap, which is exactly what that is, the mooning and yeah, sure. It's lingo, but it's bull crap. You have to believe in the tech and the movement and the revolution of cryptocurrency. And then you look at your Delta app and you go, whatever, I'm down $1,000, whatever, I'm down 20,000. It doesn't matter how much you're down. You're going to go whatever, because you know long term, if you're thinking 5 years from now, you're going to be just fine, if not even better than fine. Okay? So keep all this in mind. If you have questions, please do let me know. Take a check out my video on my last video as well from Theta Token, because Theta Token is really, really a cool project, and it is so cheap right now. It's like 10 cents, 9 cents. It's going to be the YouTube of blockchain. That is going to be a thing for sure. Okay. So is Litecoin. Litecoin is going to be a thing, a real thing. Lightning Network is going to kill Bitcoin Cash. Everyone that says Bitcoin Cash is the new Bitcoin are idiots. Okay. With Lightning Network and Rootstock, as I told some people yesterday, that solves the problem of scalability and fees. Once that's fully being used, what's Bitcoin Cash do that Bitcoin doesn't do? Absolutely nothing. Is it faster? Sure. But guess what? With Lightning Network, it isn't. It's slower still. The fees, still more without Lightning Network. Okay, so that's the point. Anyways, I love all you guys. Please hold on, be strong like bull, as some of my friends used to say from Russia. You're strong like ox, you're strong like bull. Have to be like that. Be strong, okay? Don't let your hands get weak and then press the button. And 3 months from now, I guarantee you, if you sell everything, you're gonna go, oh, what did I do? You're gonna be sitting there like that, like this, with their hands on your head, like, what did I do? Why did I do it? Why did I sell? I should have listened to the people that told me to buy more. You're gonna be that person. I'm making these videos so that I can go back to them and say, hey, remember when I said that? I'm making these videos for that as part of my reason. Is I'm telling you this not to make you sway you anyway. I've swayed a lot of people, if you watch that last video, not to start buying on the last dip. I told them another dip was coming, and if you waited, then you were smart. People who bought on that last dip, they'll be fine, because accumulation is all that matters. But if you wanted to buy more coins with your money, that's where you're not going to be happy, because you don't get as much now. If you bought NEO at $112, you felt good about it at the time, but I knew another dip was coming, so I waited, and now it's $69 at the moment. Guess what? I could buy more with my money. Sweet. That's great. Remember, accumulate coins. Don't look at dollar value. The dollar value means nothing right now. It's about waiting. So be patient and wait. Patience is a virtue, as they say, and patience in any market does well. Ask people that had Amazon stock in 2008, saw it go from like 45 bucks a share down to like cents. And everyone was like, well, whatever. And then there was all these people that found they had Amazon stock still and totally had forgot about it because they just shut down themselves from the market completely. Right. And then they waited like 5 years, and then they opened up their portfolio on that stock app, and they were like, holy moly, their Amazon stock was like $400 or $500, and they probably had a ton of it. A lot of people that bought on the dip during 2008 when it crashed the market, people that bought like thousands of dollars worth of Amazon are loaded right now. So think about it that way. Even the stock market crashes, even the stock market. Okay. And that is what you need to realize here. Governments aren't stopping it unless they're in China. India has not actually said they're stopping it. They want to regulate it. Regulation just means that they want to make sure people don't get scammed. Is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. Regulation just means that they can tax you. Is that a bad thing? Sure, for the people getting taxed. But if you're making a lot of money, who cares if you give the government some? I mean, I don't want to give the government much of my money, but guess what the government does with the money? They give you free education in some countries, free healthcare in some countries, your roads, your everything that happens that needs to be paid for has to be paid for from tax. So the US is charging far too much, I think. But I think, you know, if I had to pay 10%, 20% tax on my investments in crypto, I don't think that would be the worst case scenario in the world. I think that would be a good thing, because then if I do have an exchange go down, I would have insurance because they would be regulated. And then my money would not be gone like at Mt. Gox, right? So that's what you have to think about with regulation. It's going to take time. It's not going to be overnight. And neither is crypto. It's going to take time to be fully involved in society. But when it does, that's it, man. We're good. So that's where I'm going to stop today. I think this video has gone long enough, but I wanted to give you guys some hope, and I wanted to give you guys some show you some things to see what we're probably going to have happen, right? And I say probably because I don't know for sure. I am not God. I do not know what people are going to do with their money, but I do know this. I'm very bullish, very, very bullish, even though I'm down. Okay, I wasn't down. I was up a lot. Grands, tens of thousands, okay? And now I'm down. And you know what? I'm still not worried. That should make you feel better if you've only invested 5K and you're down to like 1,000 or 2,000. Don't worry. It's going to be fine. You're going to be up to 10K soon. Give it a month, all right? Love you guys. Be positive. Don't let this stuff make you crazy and ruin your day. Go enjoy time with family. Do things that you love. It's going to be fine. I promise. It's going to be okay. If you've invested money that you can't lose, it's probably too far to kick it out now, so just let it ride. And if you really need to use it, this is me saying in my heartfelt, I'm really sorry that you have to do that. I really am. But if you got to do it, you got to do it. That's how life is. It's not fair all the time. Anyways, have a great evening or day, wherever you are. And I will see you guys soon. Next video will come either tonight or tomorrow morning. So if you have questions, do contact me. I have my Facebook group there so that you guys can directly message me if you like. And if you need to watch more videos to learn how to use things like MetaMask and, you know, how to buy an ICO, I'm going to show you guys all that soon. I've done one for MetaMask in my Ether wallet, so you know how to use it. I'm going to do another one soon as well. And I'm now working with Live EDU, which is an ICO, but now I'm actually working with them to create content for how to use crypto. So it's pretty cool doing the same thing here and there. So I'm going to be making content for a Live EDU, and you guys will be invited to come and watch that as well. And so that's something that's happening. And you know, that I'll get paid for. This I don't get paid for, but I don't care. I want to help you guys. So let me help you. All right. Come and join my group. If you don't have anything set up and you want Binance or you think you're going to trade in the future, there's a link at the bottom of this video to Coinbase and Binance. There's another one called Uphold, which is a really cool new exchange coming out that's fast. So you can look at all those. You don't have to sign up right away. You don't have to use my referral link. The referral just is like, thank you, Joel, for teaching me, and that's it. Okay, so that's the only reason that they're there. They're only there for that. You could just sign up if you want on your own. It's up to you. Okay. Hope that you guys have a great day. Keep a level head. Don't get soft hands. Don't believe the FUD. Believe the facts. You'll be fine. Love you guys. Mr. Joel, your educator. I teach. You can have a little bit of faith in me. I can tell you that right now. Love you guys.